Okay, so we're going to dive into two ancient stories that at first glance look almost exactly the same. You've got an incurable disease, a miraculous healer, and a patient you wouldn't expect. But the real story, the interesting part, is in the differences. And they get at a question we all grapple with. What are we really looking for when we say we want to be healed?
Right, this is the big question. When something's wrong, are we just looking to slap a Band-Aid on it? A quick fix for a physical problem? Or is there something deeper going on, a search for a kind of wellness that actually changes who we are? Keep that question in your back pocket as we meet our first character.
So, what we're looking at today are two accounts from the Bible. Both of them have a faith healer, they both deal with the disease of leprosy, and the main character in both is considered a foreigner. They seem to run on parallel tracks, but believe me, it's where they diverge that things get really good.
First things first, we got to get our heads around what leprosy meant back then. This was not just a medical condition, it was a social death sentence. It literally branded you as unclean, both on the outside and on the inside. You were completely cut off from your community, a total outcast. That heavy weight is central to everything that happens next.
And here are our two guys. On one side, you've got Naaman. He's a big-shot general from a rival country, powerful, respected. Yeah, he's sick, but the man has status, an army, the whole shebang. And on the other side, a Samaritan leper. I mean, this guy is a double outcast. He's sick, and he's from a group of people that were despised. He has absolutely nothing.
So let's kick things off with the man who has it all, Naaman. And his approach to getting healed is, well, it's less of a humble request and a lot more like a demand.
See, Naaman doesn't just show up quietly at the door. Oh no, he rolls up with his entire military entourage, horses, chariots, and he's carrying a letter from his king. He's basically turning his personal health crisis into an international political event. This is a guy who's used to getting what he wants, and he figures this healer is just one more person to boss around. And bam, here's the first major shock for Naaman. The prophet, this guy named Elisha, doesn't even come out to greet him. He just sends a messenger out with some instructions. Naaman is absolutely furious. You can just hear the outrage in his head, right? Excuse me, doesn't he know who I am? I'm a big deal. Where's my VIP treatment?
And the instructions? Super simple. Go wash yourself in the nearby Jordan River. Naaman just scoffs at this. The Jordan was this muddy, unimpressive little river. He's basically saying, you want me to wash in that dump? The rivers back home are way better than this. His pride, his entitlement, it's completely blinding him to the help he's being offered.
And this right here, this gets to the heart of what he was expecting. He wanted a show. He thought the faith healer was going to come out, wave his hands around, say some magic words, perform a big miracle for him. It was a transaction in his mind. I'm a great man, so you owe me a great healing. He's not seeing this as grace. He's seeing it as a service he's entitled to.
Okay, now let's just shift gears completely. We're going from the powerful general's demand to a desperate, humble plea from a group of men who have absolutely nothing left to lose.
The setup here is way simpler. There's this group of 10 lepers, again, total outcasts, and they see Jesus from a distance and just cry out for mercy. He heals them just like that, and he tells them, go show yourselves to the priests, which was the official process to be declared clean and allowed back into society. It's a simple, incredible act of compassion. But then this happens. All 10 of them are cured. They all got what they begged for, but only one of them comes back. Just one. The other 9, they just keep going, probably racing to get their old lives back. That number, 1 out of 10, it's pretty stark, isn't it? It just makes you wonder, what was so different about that one guy?
And here's the twist. The one person who turned around to say thank you was a Samaritan, a foreigner. He was the one person in that group who had the least social claim to a blessing, the one who was seen as the ultimate outsider. And yet he's the only one who shows any real gratitude.
So now we've got our two foreigners, both of them healed. But their attitudes and what happens to them after they get what they want could not be more different. So let's really break this down.
Okay, looking at this side by side really makes it pop. Naaman starts at the top of the world, powerful and respected. The Samaritan starts at rock bottom, powerless and shunned. Their attitudes? Night and day. Naaman is all ego and outrage. The Samaritan is all desperation and humility. And their path to wellness is totally different. Naaman only obeys after he gets humbled and his servants talk some sense into him. The Samaritan, his first instinct is just spontaneous gratitude. And the end result? The powerful general ends up calling himself a servant, while the powerless outcast is told he has great faith. It's a total reversal.
So all of this contrast, it's pointing to the big idea from our source material today, and it's this profound difference between looking for a faith healer versus cultivating a healing faith. They sound almost the same, but trust me, they are worlds apart.
So what's the real difference? Well, seeking a faith healer, that's what Naaman was doing. It's external. It's transactional. You do your magic, I get my cure, we're done. It's all about the quick fix. But a healing faith, that's internal. It's transformational. It's what the Samaritan showed. It's not about the fix, it's about an inner posture of gratitude and grace. One is a transaction, the other is a true transformation.
And the key that unlocks this healing faith, it turns out, is gratitude. You know, the source points out that the word gratitude itself has deep roots connected to the idea of grace. So this isn't just about good manners or saying thank you. It's about an inner state of wellness, a way of seeing the world as a gift you get to receive, not a service you're owed.
And that brings us to this incredibly powerful statement from Jesus to the Samaritan. Notice what he says. He doesn't say, "My power has made you well." He says, "Your faith has made you well." The physical cure was just the beginning. The Samaritan's act of gratitude, his faith, that's what revealed a much deeper, more complete kind of wellness. He wasn't just cured, he was made whole.
So, why does any of this matter to us, right now? Because this isn't just about a couple of old stories. This choice between a transactional cure and a transformational wellness has massive implications for how we live our lives.
And this isn't just about our own personal health either. A healing faith, it radiates outward. It can start to heal conflicts in our communities. It challenges our own biases, our own bigotry. It's the antidote to that selfishness and entitlement we saw in Naaman. It can mend damaged relationships because it first starts to mend the people in those relationships.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway. The journey from just wanting an external fix to actually cultivating an internal state of grace, it changes everything. When we are truly well on the inside, when our starting point is gratitude and humility, we become people who bring wellness to the world around us.
So I'll just leave you with this to chew on. If we really believe that wellness starts from within, if we focus less on just fixing what's broken on the outside and more on cultivating that health on the inside, how does that change the world around us? What becomes possible then? Thanks for digging into this with me.